TikTok user VLoneFiles captured this middle-aged man writing a text that says, "Actually, this is funny. All the black people are leaving now," but it cuts out. However, the blue text above it says, "Does lesbian porn count?" The second video we see is the person he is texting ask "tyrant" 3 times. The man in the yellow then texts, "Only white people left here," which then led to this stitch.
From 2018 to the end of 2019, I worked really closely with Serena Williams on producing a lot of her online content. And I was her personal photographer at the time. And so I traveled with her to all of the major tournaments, Australian Open, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, US Open. And I'd always known that tennis was historically a very white sport. But the that I saw in the crowds, the that I heard, this video, this barely scratches the surface.
Trust.Andy then gives us just a small taste of the endless, nonsensical attacks Serena Williams has had to endure in her legendary tennis career.
I just think it's a joke. It's like we want to turn Serena into this victim.
With some networks even as big as FS1, Rupert Murdoch's sports venture, employing voices like this.
No. Page 70. Serena shocked by racist heckler.
See, I personally stayed away from that for your benefit.
I was on an airplane.
Per Newsday, Sid Rosenberg, the man cracking jokes, said on the air, "One time a friend, he says to me, 'Listen, one of these days you're going to see Venus and Serena Williams in Playboy.' I said, 'You've got a better shot at National Geographic.'" He added, on June 5th, Rosenberg called the tennis stars Venus and Serena too masculine looking and said, "I can't even watch them play anymore. I find it disgusting. They're just too muscular. They're boys." He then called Venus an animal, which should remind some of this.
This morning, tennis superstar Serena Williams breaking her silence off the court, taking aim at the head of the Russian Tennis Federation, Shamil Tarpashev. Tarpashev referred to Serena and sister Venus as the Williams brothers, later going on to say, quote, "It's frightening when you look at them, but really you just need to play against the ball."
I thought his comments were very insensitive. I thought they were extremely sexist as well as racist at the same time, and I thought they were, in a way, bullying.
This Romanian TV host would add more racism to the fire when he said on his late evening show, "Serena Williams looks exactly like one of those monkeys at the zoo with the red asses. If monkeys wore trousers, they'd look exactly like Serena Williams does on the court." Then more. In 2006, the National Post put out this column, "No Buts About It," with this picture of Serena. The column included a comment that occupants in the hotel room below hers must have spent the night dodging plaster after the tennis player said she intended to celebrate a victory by dancing.
The Romanian team captain and former #1 tennis star Ilie Nastase was overheard making racist comments about Serena Williams' unborn baby with her fiancé Alexis Ohanian. Nastase allegedly saying, "Let's see what color it has. Chocolate with milk?"
Matthew Norman, a writer for The Telegraph, wrote in a column, "Tennis requires a mobility Serena cannot hope to achieve while lugging around breasts that are registered to vote in a different U.S. state from the rest of her." Caroline Wozniacki added on to the insults by mocking Williams' body by stuffing her shirt with towels. In 2018, Herald Sun cartoonist Mark Knight had the gall to make and print this. The outlet defended it, even though the depiction of Williams is racist. And get this, Naomi Osaka is portrayed as a white woman. She is half black, half Japanese. She has been forced to test for performance-enhancing drugs much more at a much higher rate than her competitors because of these racist tropes. In 2018 alone, Serena Williams was tested for PEDs 5 times by USADA. That was more than twice as often as other top American women tennis players. She was also tested more than any of the top 5 American tennis players at that time who are men, according to Deadspin's Laura Wagner. Who could forget Indian Wells in 2001, where fans hurled racial slurs at the Williams family? I mean, the list goes on and on. The cat suit, Jason Whitlock's dumbassery, Stephen Roderick comparing Maria Sharapova to Serena, Chrissy Everett's criticism that because Serena started to become an entrepreneur during her playing career, that Chrissy Everett went public questioning Serena Williams' desire to play, pretty much proclaiming that her heart isn't in it, she has no desire to play, and saying, whether you want to admit it or not, this is a quote, "These distractions are tarnishing your legacy." The point being.
But the that I saw in the crowds, the that I heard, this video, I mean, this barely scratches the surface.
These are public faces. These are members of the predominantly white media. Whether former players or longtime media members, does not matter. So to go back to what Andy said, right, that he could not believe what he heard from the stands, it's because those people believe no one will hear them, no one will see them, and they will not get caught. People still leave ridiculous DMs to athletes. Check out what some of the black footballers in the Premier League go through. Check out what NFL players go through. Check out what NBA players go through. And I'm glad that we're starting to put them on blast. But these are public faces saying this. Imagine what private citizens say as well.